Hey, thanks for dropping by and checking out this message. These lessons come from our Sunday gatherings at Victory Christian Church in Franklin, Indiana. Our 5th through 8th graders meet at 9 or 10:30 a.m. and our high schoolers meet from 6 to 8 p.m. If you find that this content brings value to your life, then please consider subscribing and hitting that bell so that you can be notified when we upload our next message. Our hope is that this video brings more clarity into your life as to who God is and what He wants for you in light of who Jesus is and what He's done for you. Enjoy and have a great day. So we all have things that we're looking forward to, right? Things that we are excited about, things that we cannot wait to get here. How many of you said like something along the lines of, Thanksgiving and food and family maybe, and just time off school? Maybe that's the biggest thing, right? And then after that, it's Christmas because it's more time off school and you get presents, right? So it's you got lots of stuff to look forward to. I feel a little, to be honest, I feel a little underqualified to be giving you this message this morning because this message is supposed to be on patience. And if you know anything about me, you know that I am one of the least patient people you will meet. It's a deficit of my personality, so I blame that. Really, it's just an excuse that I give when I don't want to try harder. But I am not the most patient person. You pull out in front of me on the road, I will go crazy. I loved your post about the roundabout because I'm always car D, screaming my head off at car C who doesn't know to go into traffic. You guys can't drive, so you can't relate to that. But someday you will. And there are things that like drive us crazy, right? Things that require extra patience, right? And there's things, that there's actually a saying that some of us have. It's called EGR. It means what's it mean? Extra grace required. It means when you're dealing with somebody with whom extra grace is required, because it just takes patience to deal with that person, right? And sometimes we all have those people. Some of you, it's your siblings. Some of you, it's somebody else in your family. Some of you, it's just maybe the person you're sitting right next to right now. Turn to the person next to you, say, "You are an EGR," right? But no, I am particularly bad at patience. And in fact, this week my patience was tested yet again because how many of you guys, you order stuff online and you wait for it to get to your house? Like, Amazon Prime is my jam. I love it. And if I never had to leave the house again, I would, because I hate people and crowded places like the mall or Walmart or somewhere where I can't walk where I want to go because somebody's taking up the entire aisle with one person on their phone not paying attention, right? It's something like that. So I just like to avoid people and order stuff on Prime. So I've got a few cameras. I'm a techie sometimes. I like to take videos and pictures, and I have these nice cameras. Well, Chelsea and I wanted to order something that was a little less like techie and more user-friendly. So we ordered a new family camera, and it's Prime 2-day shipping. Spent a lot of money on it because it's a camera and cameras cost money, and so we're waiting for it to come. We're checking updates on the Prime app, when it's going to get here, and lo and behold, the day that it's supposed to get here, it's not here. And we look at the thing and it says, your shipment may be delayed for 5 more days, but don't worry, it'll get here by November 20th. It's like, I ordered this on November 14th. I expected it on the 16th. Why am I going to have to wait 4 extra days, right? And my patience starts to get tested. We end up getting on the phone with customer service, and then was on the phone for 45 minutes for them to tell us there's nothing they can do, even though we can see it's in the Plainfield carrier. Can I just drive over and get it? It's 40 minutes away. Why is it going to wait 5 days? Because they put it on the wrong carrier and sent it back to Ohio after it was already in Plainfield. So now it's back to Plainfield. Patience is hard, guys. Can I just get an amen? Amen. Patience is difficult. Yes. So let's do what's the worst scenario? So everybody stand up. I'm going to give you a couple options. You're going to tell me what you think is the worst. Okay? Right. So on this side over here, I want you. If you this is an easy one. If waiting in line for the bathroom is worse, or waiting in line for lunch. So go to the side you think is most accurate for you. Which one is the worst? Waiting in line for the bathroom or waiting in line for lunch? This actually surprises me. I would have been over here because I've been I'll hold it. I'll eat first. And if I'm hangry, then the patience thing, it's a cycle, okay? How about this one? That's true. The morning is different. That's an exception to the rule. So which is the worst? Waiting for summer break to get here, or waiting for the end of the school day? Which is the worst? Waiting for summer break to get here, or waiting for the end of the school day to get here? I like the way you think, Tyler.
It's a lot more days of school.
All right, how about this one? Which is the worst? Waiting for your Amazon package to get here, or for your new season to drop on Netflix?
Something on Netflix, what was that?
So which is the worst? Waiting for your Amazon package, or waiting for the next season of whatever it is you want to binge watch to come out on Netflix or whatever streaming service you subscribe to? Okay? So far these have all been split pretty evenly. I'm pretty impressed. Okay. How about this one? Waiting to be old enough to get your driver's license, or waiting to get to the high school? Is there a different dress code for middle school and high school?
Yeah, we can't wear shorts.
Life's hard. You know what? When I went to school, I wasn't allowed to wear shorts, and I wasn't allowed to wear long hair. I wasn't allowed to wear earrings. I wasn't allowed to have facial hair. I got in trouble because I needed to shave all the time because I was such a man. No, I'm just kidding. I had little whiskers, and they told me to shave. But still, dress code is the worst. Okay, last one. Waiting for your final grade, or to see if you made the team, or the play, or the audition, whatever it is that the part that you want. Waiting to see if you made it, or waiting for your final grade. So basically, academia versus extracurriculars.
Hey, that's not true. You need to worry about those.
All right, you guys are good. You can go ahead and grab a seat. Thank you for participating in that, giving me a little bit of insight into your lives and your preferences. So here's the bottom line, right? None of us likes to wait. No one likes waiting. Whether you're waiting for something that's the most exciting thing in the world, or you're waiting for something that you are dreading. How many of you, which is worst? Waiting for something that you're excited for, like the Amazon package or summer or whatever, or waiting for something you dread, like that fifth period class that you know you're gonna fall asleep in because it's right after lunch? Which is the worst? You know, we all know what that's like. We know what it's like to dread waiting. None of us like waiting, especially today in our culture. We don't like waiting even more than people in the past didn't like waiting, because we're so used to getting things in 2 days. Or if we want to get across the country, we can fly there in 2 hours, or whatever it is. We live in an awesome time where everything is accessible to us with almost the blink of an eye. And so when things don't happen as quickly as we want, it's so much easier to get impatient. But here's the thing, we're talking through this series about how to have the good life, how to live it up, how to live the life that you've always wanted, to live the best version of yourself, and to have the good life. It's what we all want. And it's all, how do we get there though? Because it seems elusive. And we talked about several things over the series. If you missed anything, go back, watch it on YouTube, because this could really give you guys some helpful insight into living just a much happier life and more satisfied in Christ, rather than chasing after things that don't matter, or that promise happiness that don't deliver. So one of the things you have to recognize before getting the good life fully, feeling fulfilled, is you have to recognize that patience is a part of the process. You gotta wait to graduate high school. You gotta wait to get your driver's license. You gotta wait, some of you, to get your first phone. How many of you are waiting for that, right? Yeah, you gotta wait to have some of the things that you want most. And you've heard the phrase, good things come to those who wait, right? Or patience is a virtue, and a virtue never hurts you, right? Makes me want to punch people when they say that, because it just makes me more impatient, which is just, more insight into the depths of depravity within my own soul when it comes to the patience. Just not good at it. But some of you struggle with this process with your classmates, because you have people in your life that are EGRs. Like, what are they doing in class? Why won't they just pay attention? The teacher just explained that, right? Stop asking the same questions and let me work. Some of you who want to get things done. Some of you, it's just like, remember back when, like, the teacher would be like, we're not doing this until everybody's quiet and listening. And then you're like, shh, shh. And you got, like, hall monitors and the room monitors walking around and shushing everybody because you want to get to, like, recess or something, but you can't because so-and-so is not paying attention. They're talking to their friend, right? And then they realize everyone's waiting on them. And they're like, oh, sorry. And you're like, yeah, you better be. They should go last, right? And so you have sometimes beef with your classmates that just takes extra patience to be around them. Sometimes you have to have extra patience with your parents, right? Because, they think you're not ready for that phone yet. And you think you are ready for that phone. And you just have to wait it out. You gotta have patience. Sometimes it takes patience because you feel like you deserve an answer for something that they're not ready to tell you. And sometimes patience is hard, even with our parents. Sometimes patience is hard with yourself because you're not where you want to be. You're not the version of yourself that you want to be. You want to be the better athlete. You want to be the better person in school. You want to be the person who is good at whatever it is you are aspiring to be good at. And it can feel difficult to have patience with yourself when you are not where you want to be, where you see yourself in the future. Patience is hard, but it's a part of the process. And so my question is there an easier way to figure out how to actually be more patient? And let me tell you, this lesson is a little causing some soul searching for me too, because obviously everything that I preach about to you guys every week is stuff I'm working on too. I'm right there with you. I'm a few steps ahead of you, but I've got to wrestle through all these things just like you do. And this is one that I feel like I mean, if you knew me 5 years ago, I'm a super patient person because you don't know all the things that I thought about saying that I didn't say, you know what I mean? But I'm still not as patient as I want to be. I'm not the version of myself that I like to be when it comes to the amount of patience that life requires that I just don't have at my disposal all the time. I'm an EGR at times, but... Amen. Oh, whoa. Who said that? So we all have stuff we got to work on, but this one especially, this is so crucial because there are so many unforeseeable events that are going to happen in your life. Things that are going to tick you off, things that can either tick you off for the day or for the month. There are things that are going to come up that you just have to learn how to deal with patiently if you want to live the good life. And we've been talking through the book of Proverbs and what Solomon has had to say to all of us. He was like the wisest guy. We've talked about him several times in here. If you've been here before, if you've not been here before, if you've not heard Solomon's story, he was the king of Israel after King David, who was the greatest king ever and known as the man after God's own heart. So Solomon had some big shoes to fill, and God goes and it appears to him in a dream. He's like, anything you want in life, what would it be? And if God asks you that question, you've got all these things going through your head. Ooh, I want this, I want that. And Solomon just asked for wisdom. He just wants to lead God's people well. So God grants him that. And because he didn't ask for riches or anything, God gives him riches too, because his heart was in the right place. So Solomon was known as the wisest guy around. And here's what he says in the book of Proverbs when it comes to this. It says, a person's wisdom yields patience. It is to one's glory to overlook an offense. So let's break this down a little bit, okay? A person's wisdom yields patience. So let's define wisdom. What is wisdom? Wisdom is the ability to see and know what's best. Some people call it discernment. It's where you have the ability to discern what is the best thing in a situation. It's the ability to see and know what's best beyond yourself. Because our perspectives are subjective. You guys know what that word is? Subjective. It means that it's up to your opinion, right? But objective means it's bigger than yourself and your own opinion. It's something that is not based on how you feel. And wisdom is the ability to see and know what's best objectively, despite what you feel. And so that's wisdom. And Solomon is saying that a person's wisdom yields this patience. It is to one's glory to overlook an offense. Now, let's break that last phrase down a little bit. It's to one's glory to overlook an offense. Now, there are things that people do to you that are wrong, right? There are things your siblings do that make you want to just throw them against the wall. I understand it. There are things that you have, people in your life that it's hard to have patience about. And people legitimately, they hurt you physically or emotionally. And this is not what we're talking about when we say offense, though. This can be included in that, but you should actually not just overlook that offense. You should actually deal with it. So that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about are the little things that come up that are frustrating. The things that we don't see as like big deals, but that, affect our mood a lot. Like how many of you're in line for lunch and you're starving because they make you get up at an ungodly hour to start class. And you didn't eat breakfast because you slept till the latest possible minute, am I right? And then you get to school and it's time for lunch, and you're like, oh, your stomach's like, it's like Buddy Dale's burp, except your stomach. And you're so hungry, and then like this group of punks just walks in front of you and just gets in line. And then maybe there were two people in front of you, but the person in front of you didn't say anything because they were scared of them or didn't want to cause an issue. And so then you're like, it's not like they didn't like physically or emotionally hurt you per se, but they sure ticked you off because you're hungry, you're hangry now. Or they took the last tot. Yes. So you know what I'm saying. Like things that are beyond your control, but they're an offense to you. And here's a couple of ways how you can deal with that. Because if you want the good life, you have to pursue patience. You have to overlook. It is to one's glory to overlook an offense. Meaning it's to your benefit to just overlook it. You're not going to help yourself by getting frustrated, impatient, and angry with people. It's just not going to make the situation better. In fact, the people that you get frustrated with, it's not going to improve your relationship with them if you just outburst at them with your impatience. You know what I mean? So it is not to your glory, it's not to your benefit to get all up in arms about something like that. It's to your benefit to just overlook it and learn that life is bigger than this. And here's a couple ways you can, if you want the good life to pursue patience, here's a couple ways to do that, to pursue that patience. One is seek to understand, right? Like when we're frustrated, we're not usually thinking of the other person's point of view. We're not usually thinking about objective things. We're subjectively just upset about our own issue that we have with whatever is going on. But sometimes if you seek to understand that there's actually something else going on, like then you'll most of the time feel better. Like when I'm driving and somebody pulls out in front of me and goes really, really, really slow, and I want to just rear end them to get them out of the way because they're going so slow it won't cause any damage if I do that. I've thought this through, and I've thought about putting foam bumpers at the end of my car too, so there's no scratching. Anyway, so I told you I'm a work in progress. So when something like that has happened to me, and I get around and I see, oh, it's an old lady and she doesn't know where she's going. Like, that's seeking to understand. To just give the other person the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they're not trying to hack you off. Maybe they're just trying, and they're slow. But you have to go at their pace. Just seek to understand, whatever the situation is. Secondly, think one step ahead. Ask yourself, these are some critical questions. Will this matter to me by the end of the day? That's a good question. Because most of the time the answer is no when it comes to those little things. Is this going to matter at the end of the day? No. Is it going to matter at the end of the month? Probably not. Is it going to matter ever again for the rest of my life? Think one step ahead. It's another way to say, just look at the bigger picture yet again. Look to see what else might be going on, and if there's something that is it really going to affect your life, or is it just something that you could get over and it could not be that big of a deal? You could overlook it and it could be to your benefit. It's think ahead about those kinds of things. So if you want the good life, pursue patience. It's difficult, but it is what love requires of all of us. And Jesus said the most important thing for you to do in life is to love God and to love others. So sometimes what love requires of us is that we become more patient and we are willing to overlook the things that bother us so much and to see the bigger picture. So as you guys get ready to go to your small groups, I want you to think about this. What's one thing that causes me to have a hard time being patient. I want you to think about that. I'm going to pray, and you guys will be dismissed to your small groups. Hey, hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, and make sure you're subscribed so you're notified when we upload future videos. Have a great day.